Saturday madness, man. Saturday madness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. After the Arsenal game, I actually wanted to record because I figured that maybe after the City game, I could be, my mood could be tempered or something. So I'd come in a different mood. So I like, nah, man, let me just wait. Let me just wait, man. I wanna cover these games like the entire day so that I can just do one review so that tomorrow maybe I'll do another one. But it was worth it, man. It was worth it. What a day. What a day. This day could be a season defining day, man. And I said a couple of weeks ago, but this day, I think I think if I was a Man City fan, or in fact, if I was anyone's fan that doesn't support Arsenal, this would be the game week where I feel a bit deflated. Like I feel a bit deflated because this result, man, has like that knock in the gut. Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of WTF. Oh my goodness. Listen, I do apologize for not uploading midweek. I was supposed to do Champions League review, but I couldn't. But like for us, that was only first leg. I will ensure that I do the review for the second leg, which will combine the first result and the second result. Because the Champions League was crazy, man. And I wanted to do the review for that Champions League, but I couldn't. Doesn't matter though. We will do the other review next week because Champions League second leg are playing next week, Tuesday and Wednesday. So it's not a problem. But as for this game week, man, listen, uh okay, let's just talk about the results. Let's start with Arsenal. They want to talk about Man City. Arsenal played Everton and they won 2-0 in what was a difficult game. In what was a difficult game. I'm not gonna lie, that was not an easy game. Everton away from home are a tricky custom. When you play with Everton at home, it's not you would rather you would rather play Everton in their backyard because away from home they have I think the fourth best away record in the league. They don't want to lose away from home. I thought in terms of performance, I thought it's actually one of our better games. And this is probably one of the best games we've had in a while. And I know why. I had a call with my boy G sometime last week when we were actually talking about football. And I told him that I expect our team to improve when Havertz is starting, Calafiori is starting, and Odegaard. So when we have Havertz, Calafiori, and Odegaard starting, I expect that maybe our performances will reach another level. And today we had two of the three players that I was talking about because they help us control the ball even better and they help us control the ball up the pitch. Havertz is able to control the ball and invite us to further up the pitch. Calafiori is able to control the second phase of play and progress the ball efficiently. Odegaard is able to dictate the play in midfield. So those three players will improve our performance in general. But today, I thought we played well, man. Obviously, we still couldn't create the high quality chances. But in terms of overall performance, I thought we played well. But Everton, to be fair, Everton, I do think that they do not deserve to lose this game. I think a draw was a fair result because Everton actually played well today. I think they held their own. They created as many chances as we can from like as many opportunities as we did. But it's just that they went clear cut chances for them to actually capitalize from them. And we just managed to hold them off. Of course, obviously were difficult to beat, but I thought Everton played well, man. But as for us, man, listen, the thing with Raya is outside of Arsenal fans, people don't rate him much. I don't know why. I think that maybe it's because he's short or something, so he doesn't have like that appearance of a classic goalkeeper. Raya is actually quality. I thought Saliba was class, man. Our midfield was good. I thought this was Eze's best game for Arsenal so far. I think if you don't counting Spurs games, but I think this is Eze's best game for Arsenal. I thought he played well today. I still want to see him playing on the left, to be honest. I think Odegaard should be starting here. Havertz in that first half was brilliant, and his whole that play. The difference between Havertz and Gyökeres in terms of the way they influence our performance is actually crazy, man. Havertz is quality. I thought Saka was good as well, but all these performances meant nothing, man, up until this young 16-year-old boy, Max Darwin. This young 16-year-old boy, Max Darwin, this kid, Max Darwin, came on. Now, listen, I will admit I don't really have I don't really have that thing for young players, right? Like for me, I just want players who perform on the instant. Young, promising talents I never really invest in that. So Arsenal fans have been talking about this kid, Young Darwin, the next best thing, the next best talent since sliced bread, English's best talent. Like people have been talking about it, but I don't really mind these things. I just want to win titles right now. And then obviously I watch him when we play FA Cup. I watched him last season in the Champions League in some games. I watched him in the Premier League season. Obviously, you could tell that he was a kid. There's talent there. His technical ability is actually so good. But I just wasn't talking about him. There's no need to talk about him because for me, my thing is performances. If you perform well, I'm gonna talk about you. Anything else for me is just secondary. So with him, I just like, okay, he's a kid. I'm not gonna demand anything. I can see his flashes. He has a good pass in him. He has a good shot. He can dribble. But today, when we go on to win this league, his influence on this team today will be remembered. Because when he came on as a sub, he showed bravery. He availed himself on the ball. He started dribbling, started carrying the ball forward. He just showed like a level of maturity in his play. And he created the first goal. Obviously, it wasn't his assist, but it was him behind that goal. And then he scored the second goal. I thought it was a good. It wasn't right. Like he had such an amazing impact in this game, which was so good. Overall, man, we won. So that's actually good. But now, obviously, I didn't wanna make a video after this game because I was waiting for Man City versus West Ham. When I knew that Man City were playing away from home against a team that is fighting relegation, I knew that it's worth to watch, man. It's not as easy as people think. Going away to a team that's fighting relegation is not an easy game. Hence, I decided to stay up all night and watch this game. And what a game, man. What a game it does. What an impact this game will have on both teams, by the way. On both teams, because West Ham needed this win. I mean, they needed this point, and Man City needed this point, needed maximum points as well. West Ham fought for everything in this game. I was so impressed with this goalkeeper, man. Emerson, was actually good today. I thought Toliba played well. I thought Mavropanos played well. Wan-Bissaka was so bad. Today was one sabotage machine. Solskjaer played well as well. Diouf played well, but I thought West Ham actually played well overall. But as for City, man, City had, to be fair, City actually, in terms of overall play, City did everything that they would do in terms of controlling play, playing further up the pitch or in West Ham's in around West Ham's box. They did that so well. It's just that they couldn't create the clear cut chances. And that's down, I'm gonna tell you that's down to what? That is down to these two players, Mamouche and Sevinho. I was actually having a conversation in my group chat while this game was playing. That this Man City system, right, of not having width, where everything is congested, is in the midfield. They want to play central. So they play with this 4-2-2-2-2, where they have Rodri, Bernardo, Semenyo, Mamouche, and Haaland all operating central zones. That their aim is to actually play in these bases. Like they want to play central. But the problem is, for that formation to be effective, you need to have technically sound players in this area, operating in these areas, so that they can receive quicker, they can turn quicker, they can release the ball quicker. Like you need someone who's going to receive the ball comfortable, turn comfortable, pass the ball efficiently. So Mamouche and Semenyo, unfortunately, they don't possess that level of technicality. They are just output players. They score goals. But in this role, they are required to be more than just scorers, to be creators, to be facilitators, which is something that they struggle with. Semenyo has Lukaku's first touch, so it takes at least 3 times to control the ball. By that time, the space is already closed. Mamouche lacks technical quality to actually do anything on the pockets. So he needs to be facing goal. So that formation with these two is really struggling. Hence, when Shaky came on, Man City started to look lively, and Haaland started to look lively as well, because he was always in the run now. He knows that Shaky will do everything that needs to do. Shaky will turn the ball, he would dictate the play in that final third. I thought Shaky was influential, man. I also thought Rodri was quality, by the way. The way he was releasing the ball first time, take the ball, release it first time. I thought Rodri was good, man. Kusanov was also quality. But that led to a 1-1 draw, man, which unfortunately leaves Man City 9 points clear behind Arsenal with basically 8 games to play. 8 games to play. Arsenal has 7, Man City has 8. So now Man City need to win their game in hand. They need to beat Arsenal. And if they do that, they will be 3 points behind, which means but Arsenal has a superior goal difference. So which means we need to lose and draw. Like it's actually getting away from Man City, isn't it? I think right now, as of this moment, towards the end of the season, Man City need to be perfect. They actually need to win all their games. And even so, still might not be enough. But at least I think that's the best chance they have now. They can't afford to drop any more points. They need to be perfect from now up until the next season. And their next game is actually away to Chelsea. So I guess we'll see what happens about that. But yeah, man, that's that. As for Arsenal being 9 points clear, listen, I said it at the beginning of the season we're gonna win this league, right? But obviously, the league is won in game week 38, so it's a process. As of today, I'm feeling much more positive than I probably did a couple of game weeks ago. I think that we are getting closer and closer and closer. And I genuinely don't know. I genuinely do not know what to do. I genuinely have no idea of what to do, because the dream, like it's like it's I don't I cannot explain this feeling, man. I don't want to get too excited, but it's like this game, the manner at which we won our game, man. And then you factor in the fact that Man City drew their game. It's just, it looks like the stuff that actually, like it happens all the time when teams are about to become champions. There's always that game where you win in a manner that is probably not the best but effective, and then your opposition kind of like drop points after that. I feel like this, but I can't get too excited, man. I don't know. We're 9 points clear, so we only need to win, I think, 5 of our 7 games. Yo, can I just see my fixtures? Let me see if I can find our fixtures, man. Only need to win 5 of our next 7 games. So one of these games, I'm home to Bournemouth. It's not going to be an easy game. Away to Man City, not an easy game. Home to Newcastle, not an easy game. Home to Fulham, not an easy game. At least those are my next 4 fixtures. If I could win actually 3 of those 4 games, including Man City, then I think it's done. But yeah, guys, man, I mean, that's that actually. That is that. I think this week has been crucial at the top of the season, at the top of the league. Man City dropping points was, yeah, it was actually a bummer for them, to be honest, but it was actually good for me, because now only a couple of wins close. Only a couple of wins close, man. That's all I want. All I want this season is to win a Premier League. Everything else is a bonus. All I can see on social media, they're trying to run the quadruple narrative. Arsenal have to chill. All we want is to win the Premier League. Everything else is a bonus. That's all I want. Just give me the Premier League, and we're getting close. We're getting close. Now, obviously, if we win the Premier League, if Man City lose again against Chelsea, then we win, they get like 12 points. Now I'm gonna ask Mick to, give other competitions some more attention now, because that for me that confirms it. If Man City lose against Chelsea and then we win against Bournemouth at home, then for me that confirms it. So then I can start asking Mick for maybe FA Cup, Carabao Cup, or maybe the Champs. But right now I want the Premier League. Anyways, I did not watch, but I read that Chelsea lost. Let's just check. Let's just check, man. I saw that Chelsea lost 1-0 against Newcastle at home. 1-0 against Newcastle at home. Chelsea lost 1-0 against Newcastle at home. I'm not sure if that does well for Chelsea. They are now fifth with 48 points, but Man United and Aston Villa are playing against each other tomorrow. Are ahead, so it doesn't really matter. Liverpool, if Liverpool win tomorrow against Spurs, they go ahead of Chelsea. Chelsea will move to 6th point. This top four is actually interesting, but we'll talk about that tomorrow because I'm gonna react to a Liverpool game. I'm gonna watch a Liverpool Spurs. I'm gonna react to that. Then I'm gonna include Chelsea and the equal of the season. Other than that, guys, yeah, man, listen, man, it's been lovely. If you can tell, you listen, man, you can see that I'm happy. I look happy. I feel happy. This people who care about me, they should need Arsenal to win this league because it will make me a better person. If Arsenal win this league, I'll naturally be a better person. It will just be so right for me, man. Anyways, let's continue to like, share, and subscribe, guys. It's actually good to make this video. I'll make another video tomorrow. I'm sure I'm gonna make Liverpool and Spurs unless something crazy happens. So that's when we're gonna discuss the top four race. For now, we're just focusing on the title, which we are now 9 points clear. Anyways, continue to like, share, and subscribe. See you.